Hey, welcome back, everybody, to another edition of Nick and Knarf, two brothers in Tucson, bringing you music from the 60s, 70s, 80s, and beyond. And today we're throwing you a tongue twister. We're actually going to be playing you music by two different groups from Britain, Chad and Jeremy and Peter and Gordon, but we're not going to tell you which songs are which. You're going to have to guess who did what song. That's Frank's idea.
That's right. It was an idea we had together. So we're talking about, wouldn't it be neat? Because these two duos sound so much alike. I can't remember when I hear the songs who did which song. So I thought, hey, why don't we throw it out to you guys out there as well? We're going to play the songs. We're going to mix them up. And then we're not going to tell you who did them. And at the end, we will tell you who did them. So you take a little tally sheet and write which song the name was and then who you think did it. And at the end, we'll tell you who did the songs.
I had that same problem with Tom Jones and Joe Cocker. I can't tell the difference.
Yeah, it's really tough, but somebody has to do it. But we think you'll have fun with this show today. These guys were really terrific. Chad and Jeremy were from England. They started their career was from 1962 to 68. They had 11 albums, 4 compilation albums, 19 singles. They wrote most of their own material and did some other people's stuff as well. And Peter and Gordon, they started with, by the way, Chad and Jeremy was made up of Chad Stewart and Jeremy Clyde. Those are the two.
And things have been said. They said, well, what was their style? It was called Whisperer.
Whisper music.
I thought that was interesting. Whisperer.
Whisper music. And then our other featured band, who you're going to have a hard time telling them apart sometimes, is Peter and Gordon, made up of Peter Asher, who is Jane Asher, who is famous for dating Paul McCartney back in the 60s. And Peter Asher and then he became executive at A&M Records. I mean, he's been a radio executive, a record executive ever since.
Produced Linda Ronstadt and many other, and James Taylor in the 70s.
A lot of great acts. And then his partner was Gordon Waller. And they performed together from 1964 to 68 and then reunited from 2005 to 2009. And Peter is still alive, but Gordon has passed on. And I believe, did you say that
65 years old?
Chad and Jeremy are both still
alive? Yeah, they're both
still going strong. But anyway, we got this fun show for you. So get out a piece of paper and a pencil and get ready to tell us who you think is who doing which song. They're all great songs from the 60s from these two
real
terrific
short,
duos.
so we did 3 of each.
We decided to do 3 of each, and we're going to go in order. We're not going to do any reactions to it. We're just going to play the songs. We might go ooh ah or something like that, but we're not going to go into deep detail. So, but before we start, we'd like to invite you, if you have not, please subscribe, like, and share. Hit that thumbs up icon. That really helps us spread the word on the video. And please hit the notification bell if you do subscribe so you'll know when we're doing our next video.
So you got 3 great duos today. Chad and Jeremy, Peter and Gordon, and Nick and Knarf.
How can you beat it? The immortal triangle. The eternal triangle. And then for all you subscribers, you know how much we love you. But anyway, we are going to get into it first, all right? So here we go.
First song.
We're not going to tell you who it is.
That's right.
Okay? So here we go. This is the first song. And let me find it. All right. Here's a little clue for you all. The walrus was Paul, but it really wasn't the walrus. This song was written by a guy named Del Shannon. Here we go. It's called I Go to Pieces.
I see her coming down the street, I get so shaky and I feel so weak. I tell my eyes, look the other way, but they don't seem to hear a word I say. And I go to pieces and I wanna hide, go to pieces and I almost die every time my baby passes by. I tell my arms they'll hold someone new, another love that will be true. But they don't listen, they don't seem to care. They reach for her, but she's not there. And I go to pieces and I wanna hide, go to pieces and I almost die every time my baby passes by. I remember what she said when she said goodbye. Baby, soon, maybe. But until we do, all my best to you. I'm so lonely, think about her only. I go to places we used to go, but I know she'll never show. She hurt me so much inside. Now I hope she's satisfied. And I go to pieces and I wanna hide. Go to pieces and I almost die every time my baby passes by. Go to pieces and I cry every time my baby passes by. Go to pieces and I cry.
Nice
You guys
song.
got to remember that, don't you?
Yeah, now who was it? Was it Chad or was it Jeremy or was it Peter and Gordon? Okay, that's song number one. Here comes number two. This one is another beautiful love song, but is it Chad or Jeremy? Woman.
Woman, do you love me? Woman, if you need me, then believe me, I need you to be my woman. Woman, do you love me? Woman, if you need me, then believe me, I need you to be my woman. And should you ask me how I'm doing, what shall I say? Things are okay, but I know that they're not, and I still may have lost. Woman, do you love me? Woman, if you need me, then believe me, I need you to be my woman. I hope you'll take your time and tell me when we're alone. Love will come home, I would give up my world if you'll say that my girl is my woman. I've got plenty of time just to get through it. Once again you'll be mine. I still think we can do it, and you know how much I love you. Woman, don't forsake me. Woman, if you take me, then believe me, I'll take you to be my woman.
All right. Now we do have a
Nice.
bit of trivia on that one. Who do you think wrote that song?
Here's one guess. Paul McCartney. Hard to believe, isn't it? It's a beautiful song written by Paul McCartney for one of these two groups. Who is it? Is it Chad and Jeremy or is it Peter and Gordon? Okay, our next one. Is it Chad and Jeremy or Peter and Gordon? It is a song called Yesterday's Gone. Here
Love
we
this
go.
song.
I loved you all the summer through. I thought I'd found my dream in you. For me, you were the one. But that was yesterday, and yesterday's gone. We walked together hand in hand, across miles and miles of golden sand. But now it's over and done, 'cause that was yesterday, and yesterday's gone. We had such happiness together, I can't believe it's gone forever. till summer comes again. I'll hope that you remember when our love had just begun. I loved you yesterday, and yesterday's gone. Such happiness together, I can't believe it's gone forever. Wait until summer comes again. I'll hope that you remember when our love had just begun. I loved you yesterday, and yesterday's gone. Yesterday's gone, yesterday's gone, yesterday's gone.
Oh, that's a fun song. I really like that one a lot.
That is
but
fun.
was it Chad and Jeremy or was it Peter and Gordon? I don't know. I'm so confused.
Or was it Nick and Knarf?
It could have been us. Nah, we were too small. But another great song. Here's another wonderful song from back then. I'm sure you probably remember all these songs if you're as old as we are. If you aren't, I hope you're enjoying them anyhow. This one is called World Without Love. Is it Peter and Gordon or Chad and Jeremy?
Please lock me away and don't allow the day here inside where I hide with my loneliness. I don't care what they say, I won't stay in a world without love. Birds sing out of tune and rain clouds hide the moon. I'm okay, here I'll stay with my loneliness. I don't care what they say, I won't stay in a world without love. So I wait, and in a while I will see my true love smile. She may come, I know not when. When she does, I'll know. So baby, until then, lock me away and don't allow the day here inside where I hide with my loneliness. I don't care what they say, I won't stay in a world without love. And in a while I will see my true love smile. She may come, I know not when. When she does, I'll know. So baby, until then, lock me away and don't allow the day here inside where I hide with my loneliness. I don't care what they say, I won't stay in a world without love. I don't care what they say, I won't stay in a world without love.
Great song.
I love that song
What
too.
a great song.
Yeah, isn't that wonderful? But was it Peter and Gordon or Chad and Jeremy? I don't know. Okay, here's our next offering for you. Is it Peter and Gordon or Chad and Jeremy? A summer song.
Hey there, Georgie girl.
Trees swaying in the summer breeze. showing off their silver leaves as we walked by. Soft kisses on a summer's day, laughing all our cares away, just you and I. Sweet, sleepy warmth of summer nights, gazing at the distant lights in the starry sky. They say that all good things must end someday. Autumn leaves must fall. But don't you know that it hurts me so to say goodbye to you? Wish you didn't have to go. No, 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 no. And when the rain beats against my window pane, I'll think of summer days again and dream of you. They say that all good things must end someday. Autumn leaves must fall. But don't you know that it hurts me so to say goodbye to you? Wish you didn't have to go. No, 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 no. And when the rain beats against my window pane, I'll think of summer days again and dream of you. And dream of you.
Really well produced
That's
song.
such a lovely, lovely
It's a
song.
great song.
You know, I'll tell about it after we're done with this. But anyway, isn't that a gorgeous song? But was it Peter? Was it Gordon? Was it Chad? And was it Jeremy? Who the hell was it? I don't know. Anyway, our final offering is a cover of a song that was written in the 1930s by a woman named, where is it? I wrote it down here somewhere. Oh, well, never mind. It was written, here it is, 1932 by Anne Ronald. I screwed up my scribbling there. Anyway, it's a cover of a song. It's a beautiful song done by, I don't know, Willow Weep for Me.
Willow, weep for me. Willow, weep for me. Bend your branches green along the stream that runs to sea. Listen to my plea. Listen, willow, and weep for me. Gone my lover's dream, lovely summer's dream. Gone and left me here to weep my tears into the stream. Sad as I can be, hear me, willow, and weep for me. Whisper to the wind and say that love has sinned. Leave my heart a-breaking and making a moan. Murmur to the night to hide her starry light, so none will find me sighing and crying all alone. Weeping willow tree, weeping sympathy, bend your branches down along the ground and cover me. When the shadows fall, bend, oh willow, and weep for me.
Had to be in a movie, some movie.
Doesn't it sound like-
1932. Wow.
That was when it was written.
So
Yeah,
good.
beautiful song, but a great cover by one of these two duos. I'll tell you, it's kind of like 60s version of yacht rock today.
Yeah.
I mean, it's such easy listening and beautiful stuff, but boy, isn't it hard to tell the difference between these two duos? Those were actually 3 different songs by each one. So we did 6 songs, but it isn't one group. We're not trying to fool you. It is 2 different groups. But can you tell them apart? They're so hard. And when you hear them, you're thinking, which one is it? But you know the songs because they're just so good. And one thing I did want to mention was some of these songs were so big when we were kids. You know, we were in our teens, and we took this trip across country by train in 1964 to go to visit some of our family's old Italian friends in the East. We were from LA, of course. Took Santa Fe across to Chicago, and we went all over the East. Anyway, these songs, I had a little transistor I had at the time. I just got it for the trip. And, you know, you're going through all these weird places. You're trying to hear songs. These songs, a lot of these songs were playing while we were on our trip. So it brings back all of these wonderful memories for us. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed this beautiful mixture of wonderful songs by these 2 great groups. Now, are you ready for the answers? Okay, here you go. The first song we played was I Go to Pieces, okay? And that was done by Peter and Gordon.
And remember, it was written by Del Shannon. Run, run, run,
That's
run,
right,
run
written
away.
by Del Shannon. Then the second song, Woman, written by Paul McCartney, was done also by Peter and Gordon. So if you got Peter and Gordon, you got 2 right. Next song was Yesterday's Gone.
Love that
And
song.
Yesterday's Gone was done by Chad and Jeremy. You got to figure sooner or later we'd get to Chad and Jeremy, but you didn't know that while we were doing it. You may know it now. A beautiful song. The next one, World Without Love, which, by the way, I didn't want to say it before the song because it might start giving away the clue, but that song was written by Lennon and McCartney for the group, the duo Peter and Gordon. So it was Peter and Gordon who did World Without Love.
Now, the funny part on this was actually McCartney wrote most of the song, and they said Lennon really just cracked up at the first line. Please lock me away.
But yeah, interesting the synergy there. Obviously, you got to figure Peter Asher was Jane Asher's sister, so Paul McCartney was helping out them getting going with their group. So anyway, World Without Love was Peter and Gordon. The next song is Summer Song, and that was Chad and Jeremy. And the final song, Willow Weep for Me, the cover from the 1932 song, was again done by Chad and Jeremy. So check your scores. It was Peter and Gordon, Chad and Jeremy, Peter and Gordon, Chad and Jeremy, Chad and Jeremy. Hope you did well. Leave us your comments and your score in the comments section when you respond to us. We'd love to hear how well you guys did. And we sure hope you enjoyed this day of fun, confusing some music from 2 wonderful duos who are unforgettable from the 60s. What'd you think, Nicky? Got any last thoughts?
Just brings back such great memories. Remember watching them on Ed Sullivan and all the American shows, and just loved them. I loved when those guys got up there. One of them always looked dorky, and the other guy looked a little bit more hip than the other. But, you know, they were so cool, and we loved them. You know?
Absolutely. Great music from a great era, long gone. Anyway, if you enjoyed what you heard and you haven't subscribed, please consider subscribing, liking. Even if you don't subscribe, please hit that like icon for us because that does spread the word. And share it with your friends. Let them know about Nick and Knarf. We care for your ears. We're playing great stuff from the 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s, and way into the 2000s too. But we're glad you joined us today for another episode of Nick and Knarf.
Signing off, guys. We love you. Take care.
Thanks so much for being here. Ciao, Bambini, and
Bye.
peace out to all. Bye-bye.